We kick off with Shevchenko versus Domergue, an MMA bantamweight at 61.2 kilograms. 5-minute rounds. We've got 3 of those to keep the action coming your way. As I said, I'm joined here cage side by legendary UFC fighter Brad Pickett.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the action tonight. We have a stacked main card here at Phoenix Fighting Championships. Kicking off here is Antonina Shevchenko versus Valerie Domergue. I'm just wondering if Valerie Domergue can keep up with the pace that Shevchenko puts on and the output.
Well, Shevchenko fighting southpaw. She's a Muay Thai kickboxing champion. I mean, the stand-up skills are second to none. Domergue, well, she looks tough, heavy set, got some hench behind there, but there's the precision and the shot. Gets caught with a straight right hand from that southpaw stance of Shevchenko.
It was a very good stiff jab. I was very impressed with Shevchenko's performance on last Phoenix. He also showed the development she's done. We all know about her striking, but also she's done some very good, crisp groundwork in that fight in Phoenix in London.
Well, she's worked on all aspects of her game, and the groundwork, as you say, was crisp. But this looks as if it's going to stay in the upright. I don't see anyone making any moves to go down to the mat straight away. Shevchenko, well, comfortable in the upright. She's going to try and make that work for her. As I say, Domergue has some hench about her. She looks as if she packs a punch. She's got good upper body build, but Shevchenko, speed and lightning. There's the right-left combination. Again, double punches, pushing Domergue up against the wire. Really trying to test and sense what's weak in that setup that Domergue brings.
Yeah, I looked at Domergue. She looks like she has some firepower because she looks quite thick set, but I don't think she's going to be able to keep up with the output of Shevchenko. She may prove me wrong here, but Shevchenko's been in there with the who's who of combat sports, in her weight class.
So the pace settling down between these two. And Shevchenko very, very measured in her work.
Very accurate with her strike. She's a very good straight left jab and a good counter hook when Domergue comes in.
But definitely being dominated by Shevchenko. She's controlling centre ring. Domergue wants to get in and mix it up, close up, trying to close down Shevchenko. Look at these two. You can see the attritional attitude from both of them. Really, with the underhooks coming there from Shevchenko, holding in Domergue, and the knee strike. She's punishing the Frenchwoman from distance. Just bringing in the knee strike now and releasing. There's that elbow, and Domergue under pressure.
Yeah, Domergue was under pressure there. It was a very good tie clinch by Shevchenko, doing some good damage. And as the broke away, she actually caught with a really good little short elbow.
Already Domergue using the ring to plan an escape route and stalking her. Panther-like is Shevchenko. Good left hand from Domergue. Needs to get back into this. Look at that kick. It came from nowhere. Up it went. And Domergue just trying to work out what kind of strategy she can bring here. Spinning back fist, and that landed.
Yeah, that was beautifully timed there by Shevchenko, catching Domergue coming in. Didn't land as clean as I'd like to have seen, but nevertheless. But now Shevchenko finds herself on the floor. Domergue trying to win the scramble, and he's falling into Shevchenko's guard. Now, as you can see, with the development of the ground game with Shevchenko.
Well, Domergue just biding her time there, took the opportunity, and having to work off her back now, Shevchenko. Domergue controlling from the top, but Shevchenko pulling her in close, not giving her any margin here, and this is where we see whether Shevchenko really has got the ground game to deal with Domergue.
She's doing a good job of controlling the posture at the start. Now she's gone for an over and underhook. Maybe should maybe she's quite close to the cage if she tries back up and use the cage to get back to her feet, but Valerie Domergue doing a good job to keep forward pressure here. Landing some good ground and pound. We see Shevchenko switching for an armbar, creates a lot of space here. Maybe she could win a scramble to get back to her feet. Could be careful about giving up the back here. Good job of getting back to her feet now.
Taking shots on the inside, Shevchenko. She hadn't planned for that. Getting tougher. Domergue finding her way in.
Yeah, she's done well.
It's improved as time has gone on.
Yeah, she's done well again, but obviously in that position, Shevchenko did the right thing. She was going to get up to her feet. With doing so, she leaves herself a little bit exposed to land a few shots, but she's back where she wants to be, back on her feet.
So 10-second clapper coming to the end of this first round. It's been interesting.
Very.
Shevchenko doing the driving for most of it, but Domergue, well, finding her way towards the end, and well, a confident walk back to their respective corners. Valentina Shevchenko in the corner of Antonina, but this is the action, Brad.
Yeah, we saw obviously Shevchenko controlling the stand-up, but then this is the thing, when Valerie Domergue managed to get down to the match, she done really well here, so maybe that's a little bit of a blueprint into the way of the being Shevchenko, is by getting her to the floor. I know that Valerie likes to stand up as well, but she may see that she's, you know, a little short to this gun show here. She may need the advantage here to switch it up and take it to the floor again.
Well, she looks the heavier of the two players here. She's got quite a bit of hench about her, Domergue, and maybe that ground game is going to be strong for her, and she can use the weight and power to try and dominate this. You just got to look at the record, though, of Shevchenko. I mean, you know, what's going on here? She's got experience as a Muay Thai stylist, experience in kickboxing, taekwondo, boxing, and Sanda as an amateur. 8-time Muay Thai world champion and 3-time world IFMA Muay Thai champion. I mean, that's an incredible curriculum vitae to bring to this. It's going to put her in very good stead in the stand-up, but we go into the second round now, and just after the ring is sorted out. But our referee, Mr. Blake Grice, calling for the fighters to begin their work of the evening.
It'll be interesting to see how this round starts. Obviously both starting on the feet, but let's see if Domergue tries to, like I say, get this fight down to the canvas. Shevchenko now pressing forward like she did in the first round.
Sharpness, razor-like from Shevchenko in those strikes, and Domergue actually doing a much better job than it seems in evading a lot of this work. Shevchenko trying to cut the ring down, and Domergue doing the clever thing, using the outside to work her way out and to cause problems and not allow Shevchenko to get those crosshairs on.
That's the thing within the cage, because it has like a rounded sort of shape, it's easy to escape, where obviously Shevchenko's used to pressing forward in a ring. When you're in a ring, you get your opponent into a corner, and then there's only one way out, to your left or to your right, and you get closer one in. It's a little bit harder the closer one down in a cage.
Good left hand, that left cross came across, and sister Valentina Shevchenko shouting from ringside.
I don't speak their native tongue, but I can assure you she's saying keeping the pressure going forward, but she's doing really well at the moment. She's controlling the pace.
Domergue doesn't have a lot by way of answer here. She's coming in through the front door every time, but Shevchenko just too smart, just too quick for that. So Domergue really trying to come up with a strategy here that's going to play out.
It's the punches and bunches that Shevchenko's doing. As Valerie comes in, she's not just getting hit with one, she's getting hit 1, 2, and 3. And also with that, they're scoring a lot of points. Oh, wow, it's a good straight left that actually came in. Shevchenko finding a home for some of her shots.
Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight. We come to you live from the landmark Dubai World Trade Center, headlining fantastic card. As I say, the highest level of athletic standard in fight sport comes your way. Phoenix Fighting Championships.
I'm impressed with the combinations and the way Shevchenko shifts it up. She's doing very, very good, you know, coming forward and pressuring, hitting her with the jab. And then when Valerie Domergue comes a bit aggressive, she's hitting her with a good counter hook.
Very cautious, Shevchenko. Oh, look at that slip-seat uppercut went in through there. We just saw the top of the glove appear above the head of Domergue. Now putting the pressure on with the hands, bringing it. There's a single leg, but Domergue doesn't control it, has to let it go, and breaking the clinch. Shevchenko keeping the range, keeping the distance, and keeping it upright.
Yeah, there's definitely key to this fight here, keeping the fight on its feet, which she's done for the majority of this round. She's got to be careful sometimes throwing these like kicks, or maybe like she did in the first round. Valerie Dommage managed to catch one of them and take her down. But that straight left is like a pistol. Started to really find a home.
And there's a different look of confidence from Domergue at the moment. She looks like she's very much in this. She knows that if she can go to the ground, she might be able to cause problems for Shevchenko. So there's a different look about her work here. In the clinch here, obviously those knee strikes that Shevchenko can bring to this, absolutely devastating. But the power and the weight that Domergue has is counterbalancing those skill sets.
Yeah, she's doing a good job of coming forward, but what it was in the first round, she managed to catch one of the kicks, and that's what the opportunity arose there to get it on the floor. But at the moment now, she's closing distance, but she's not really working for any kind of takedowns. Like, she's doing a good job closing distance, but she's kind of a bit coming unstuck with trying to figure out how to get Shevchenko to the floor.
Well, it's interesting, you know, because at Phoenix 2, when Shevchenko went up against Kiska Genga from Norway to take the female WMC world title bet, killed Kiska Genga, a much taller, rangier fighter, and Shevchenko just had no problem in dealing with her. But she's finding this quite difficult. And I don't know what it is, but Domergue is presenting a very, very awkward proposition. Not challenging, but awkward. So, you know, with just 24 seconds left in round 2, Shevchenko very steadily dominating every round, but we're not seeing that finishing attitude that Shevchenko can bring. Just maybe being a bit cautious here. Maybe now starting to step things up.
Yeah, she's definitely picking up the end of this round, finding a lot of success with the check hook and the straight left. Doing a good job of stuffing that takedown as well at the end of that round.
Well, at the end of round 2, well, dominating round for Shevchenko. Domergue slightly more, what's the word, confident in her work, but we'll see in the playback here just how things went for Domergue against the power of Shevchenko in terms of striking.
Yeah, Domergue just can't keep up with the volume that Shevchenko brings to this fight, you know. Like, the volume and the striking output of Shevchenko is second to none.
There's the sister, of course, of Antonina. Valerie.
Yeah, Valentina Shevchenko, you know, very, very good fighter in the UFC. You know, that gives you a lot of experience when she's in your corner. And their sisters, you got to think about that. They're also training partners. So a lot of her skills have been passed on.
So Valentina in the corner, offering advice. A UFC contender herself. And the coach of Valerie Domergue. Really, really giving some last-minute instructions. So far, Shevchenko has cruised this. Domergue could cause an upset, but Shevchenko might go through the gears here, lift the pace, take it to another level. Third and final round in our first bout here of our main card. Antonina Shevchenko takes on Valerie Domergue. Shevchenko, originally from Kurdistan, but fighting out of Peru. Valerie Domergue of France.
It seems to me that Valerie's kind of like run out of ideas now of what to do, you know, and Shevchenko's definitely coming in strong and imposing. His forward pressure and the amount of strikes she's actually landing is been fantastic throughout this whole contest.
Axe kick goes up. Dangerous, dangerous position to be in, up against Shevchenko. Great work on the inside, left, right, left, then the uppercut. Really, really good skills. Big left hand there, comes across, lands it cleanly. And Domergue starting to take shots, spinning back fist now, working her way through all of the shots and strikes here.
You can see Valerie and Antonina Shevchenko now just really building in confidence, getting a bit more inventive with her strikes, trying new things. She seems so confident, and she's felt what Valerie's had to offer and paying no respect now and just coming forward and walking through everything.
Well, the third round, this is where the rubber meets the road, and you're right, the inventiveness, the creativity that's coming from Shevchenko now, she's bringing all kinds of things into the mix, whereas we've not seen anything meaningful from Domergue throughout the 3 rounds, if I'm honest with you. Coming into the last part of this third and final round, Domergue needs to pull a rabbit out of a hat here, but she's just going to find herself at the end of these crisp shots that we're seeing from Shevchenko.
Yeah, she's been crisp with striking throughout the night. Obviously, very dominant with her hands. A few kicks here and there, but obviously maybe from the first round getting taken down from a kick, she's decided not to do that as much. But I can see her getting a little bit more inventive now. Look at this. Great work by Shevchenko.
Absolutely, 5-6 punches there in a combination, just rolling them off, and again we see that work. Domergue now under all kinds of pressure, starting to get hurt by those shots. Shevchenko now putting the power in and lifting the pace, and the face says it all from Domergue. Doesn't have the heart maybe to continue this, taking too many shots as Shevchenko now picking every shot she takes and landing it.
Yeah, I feel the Panther here can smell blood and really can think that she can finish this fight. Domergue has nothing to offer here, just barely surviving.
Well, just under 2.5 minutes left, just under halfway through this third final round. Shevchenko raised the pace here, opened up the throttle, and starting to really just fire at will here in terms of landing these shots. And the attitude from Domergue now has gone from defensive to not wanting to be included here.
Yeah, I think, like I say, she's run out of ideas now. She's just surviving. And with the Panther here on the prey, you know, I can only see this ending one way.
Well, Shevchenko's locked this down. It's been 2 straight rounds. She's dominated. It's a cruise. Big left hand goes across again. She manages to land it. Domergue had her chin tested here. She's done very well. She's a tough campaigner, but she's under a lot of pressure here. And I think, you know, you have to say at this stage, she's been completely outclassed and dominated. And I think in the weight class, as far as female fighters are concerned, there's no one to touch Shevchenko.
Yeah, she's obviously she's going to have the whole MMA world watching here weight class. You know, obviously she has a great pedigree with her sister, so everyone watches from that as well. But she's making great noises here in the Middle East.
Absolutely, and the thing is, you know, she's a striker and she's favoured being in the upright. Domergue hasn't taken advantage of that. Domergue should have gone straight for a ground game every time, sacrificed taking those shots for a shoot, for a takedown, but she's decided to try and outbox, you know, a striker with the pedigree that Shevchenko's got. You're not going to do that. I mean, this is a different level when it's in the perpendicular. On the mat, Domergue might have come up with something here, but she's just taking too much of this firepower.
Yeah, Vali Domergue, obviously she has great striking as well, but she's just getting outgunned here tonight, you know, by volume and power.
It's the accuracy and the fluidity that Shevchenko brings it. Look at that, brings in the front teep as well. And really, these combinations are so fluid, just unbelievable. Out goes the gum shield, and Domergue in all kinds of trouble. And
last 20 seconds of the round.
And it's been a striker's game here for Shevchenko. Domergue playing straight into the hands of the Peruvian fighter. 10-second clapper, nothing meaningful, but it's just a continuous attritional work rate we're seeing from Shevchenko.
It was a masterclass of a performance tonight by Shevchenko.
Well, absolutely no surprises for working out where success lays here tonight.
You saw that obviously Valerie in the first round get a little bit of success after catching a kick, getting takedown. I'm surprised that she didn't try and get this to the mat any other time soon. Valerie done an awesome job, you know, surviving as such. Shevchenko just smelled blood the whole way through and just looking to get the finish.
Absolutely, and in this third and final round, the pressure was absolutely uncontainable, and Domergue taking all kinds of shots from all angles and a great panoply of strikes, you know, hooks, the uppercut, you know, just pressure right from the beginning of the third round. And I have to say, Domergue did a good job of staying upright, really. She could have quite easily been finished by Shevchenko. But anyway, no mistakes, no doubts. I think we can all agree that Shevchenko takes the win here. But we still have to wait for the final decision. And Valentina in the ring. Rocky Kiblawi as well with Valentina.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 fantastic rounds of Phoenix Fighting Championship action, we go to the judges' scorecards, and we have a unanimous decision in favor of your winner from Peru and Kyrgyzstan, Antonino La Pantera Shevchenko!
Shevchenko takes the win, no surprises there. The presentation and the award being made by CEO and President of Phoenix Fighting Championships, Mr. Shahei Yerevanyan, congratulating all. What a classic strikers opening for our first bout on the main card here tonight, Brad.
Yeah, it was a very good performance by Antonina Shevchenko, and it's going to be good to watch her blossom and bloom into the full article in MMA on Phoenix.